Designing a movie poster is part of my team. Tunde again from Caesar Graphics. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to achieve Daniel movie poster. I got the inspiration for this poster from the Bible, and if you need the exercise file, you know what to do. Simply make use of the link in the description section of this video. So sit back, relax, and keep watching. So let's create a new document. So I'm going to click on file and I'm going to select new. So I'm going to tag this project Daniel. All right. Then my width here is going to be 720 and height is going to be 900. Resolution is going to be 72. Color mode is going to be on RGB. Now, the reason why I'm using 720 by 900 here is because I'm planning to post this on Instagram. Now, you can use any of the Instagram portrait frame size for this project. Okay, so but I prefer the 720 by 900 for this. Okay, so I'm going to select the create button. All right, then the first thing we need to do is to drag and drop the background in here. So because of time, I decided to create this background for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to drag and drop the image of Daniel and drop here. Then I'm going to make this smaller like so, and this is going to come right here. Then I'm going to drag the image of the first lion in, and this is going to come right here, and I'm going to make this bigger because you know lions are always bigger. All right, so I'm going to position this here. All right, then I'm going to drag the next lion image in, and this is going to come right here, and I'm going to make this smaller, and this is going to come right about here. Then I'll drag the next lion in, so this is going to come here, and I'm going to make this smaller. All right, so I'll flip this way. Yeah, so let's start adding depth to the project. So the adding of the depth is going to be on the shadow part. So I'm going to start with the layer of Daniel here, and I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to call this layer shadow. Okay, like that. Then I'm going to hold on Alt and place my mouse in between the shadow layer and down layer till I see the black arrow with the white box, and click to clip this inside the layer of Daniel here. All right, then I'm going to select the brush tool. Then I'll go under my brush settings here and make sure that I'm on the soft round brush. Then I'm going to make sure that transfer is checked. Now, this is for designers with graphics tablet. So under the transfer option here, you need to set your control here to pen pressure. Now, if you don't have a graphics tablet, okay, so you can turn off transfer, all right, and make your flow 11, and you're still going to achieve the same move I'm about to make now. Now, the reason why we are playing with the transfer and the flow here is because we want to be able to control the strength of our brush, and that's the reason why I am making all this move here. All right, so now if you have a graphics tablet, please don't forget to turn this back to 100. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in a bit like that. All right, now for those of you that care to know how to apply shadow to your project, I have a tutorial on how to tell story with shadow on my YouTube channel. I believe if you watch it, it's going to bless you. All right, so I'm going to move the picture of Daniel up a bit like that. Okay, and I'm going to make sure I'm on the shadow layer, and I'm going to select the brush tool again and increase my brush size. I'm going to increase my brush size like that, and then I'm going to softly apply the brush. Now, sorry, I need to turn this back on. All right, yeah, so I'm going to softly apply the brush here like that. Okay, this is good. So then I'm going to add hue saturation, and my hue is going to come right here, and I'm going to reduce the saturation on Daniel's image here, and I'm going to add curve to this. All right, then the curve should be above the shadow like that, and I'm going to drag this down like so, and I'm going to hit Ctrl I to reverse the mask. All right, then I'm going to make sure that my foreground here is set to white. Now make sure you're on the thumbnail of the curve, don't forget. All right, then I'm going to increase my brush size and then gently apply the brush to the layer mask like that. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing here. There. Okay, so let's go straight to the lion. So I'm going to start with this lion here. All right, and I'm going to make the same move again for a new layer. All this layer shadow. Then hold on Alt and clip this inside the Lion 2 folder, and make sure you're on the brush too. I'm going to increase my brush size now and gently apply that brush here like that. Okay, so I think I over apply it. So I'm going to just gently take it out from here. Like that. Go back to the brush. And then good. I'm going to add hue saturation again, and I'm going to reduce the saturation like that. On this lion here, I'm going to add curve. All right, I'm going to add curve, and I'm going to do the S curve like that. Just move this down just gently like that. Okay, then I'm still going to reduce the saturation. Then on Daniel's layer, I'm going to add curve again. All right, and I'm going to just do this like this, do the S curve like that. All right, one of the S curve like that. Beautiful. All right, so let's go straight to the next lions. So then I'm going to add levels. All right, so I'm just going to click on the clip icon here to clip this to just only the lion here. All right, I'm going to move it forward like that and move this down like that. All right, move this and down like that. Beautiful. All right, then I'm going to select the lion get layer, and I'm going to add hue saturation, and I'm going to just reduce. I'm going to reduce the saturation like that because this dude is close to the gate, so we need to make the saturate down the saturation like so. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to add curve again, and this time I'm just going to push this down more. All right, I'm going to move this down. Move this down. All right, this is good. Then I'm going to take this out from the highlights on the lion. So I'm going to achieve that now by adding by using blend if. So I'm going to double click on the layer to activate the layer style. I'm going to move from here. All right, I'm going to move from this side here to this side, and I'm going to hold on Alt to split the slider because we need to smooth the effect here. So I'm going to just move this to this side like so, and move this a bit to this side like that, and just move it more like so. Yeah, this is good. So I'm going to select the OK button. So I'm going to select the last lion here and add hue saturation, and I'm going to select the clip icon, reduce the saturation like that. All right, then still on the lion layer, I'm going to add curve to this. Then I'm going to do the S curve like that. I'm going to do the S curve like that on the layer. Okay, then I'm going to create a new layer again, and I'm going to move this layer above this. Or let's position the layer here. Let's position the layer here, and I'm going to double click to give this layer a name. All right, so I'm going to paste the name there. That's the shadow, and I'm going to select the brush tool, and I'm going to increase my brush size. Then I'm going to softly apply the brush like that. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do again is to add curve. So I'm going to make sure I'm on the curve layer here, and I'm going to add another curve. But this time the curve I'm going to add to this is going to be darker like that. And I'm going to hit Control I on my keyboard, all right, to reverse the layer mask like that. And still on the brush tool now, make sure that your foreground here is set to white. If your foreground here is not set to white, please click on this icon here, and then you'll have it as black and white. All right, so I'm going to increase my brush size now, and I'm going to just gently apply the brush again to the projects. Okay, so I think I made a mistake here. So I'm going to use the eraser tool to just take the shadow away from this side. All right. So I need to make sure that I'm on the soft round brush under the eraser tool here. All right. Then take it out, take it out, take it out, take it out. Then I'll go back to the curve layer here, select the brush tool, and then I'll make this real bad there. All right. So for this line here, I'm going to add curve again, and I'm going to just push the curve down like that. All right. Then I'm going to hit Control I to reverse the mask like that. And I'm going to increase my brush size and just apply the shadow, the curve back like that. All right. This is good. Now, one other thing I need to do to this lion at the gate here is to take the levels, all right, and the curve away from part of the lion. So I'm going to zoom in like that and reduce my brush size, and then make sure that your foreground here is set to black, because black is what we're going to be deleting the adjustment from the layer. All right, so I'm going to just softly apply the brush here like so. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing here, right here, here, like that. And I'm going to do the same thing to the levels. Apply this here, like that, like that. Like that. So if I zoom out now, we should have this. And this is good. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing again back here. Let's take it out from here, like that. Let's see. Good. This is good. All right. So now let's continue with the Daniels layer. So I'm going to go to the Daniels layer now. All right. This is it here. And I'm going to add a curve again to the layer. And this should come right here. So I'm going to push this up like so. All right. Yeah. So the reason why I'm doing this here now is because this character here is actually the focus. All right. And whenever you're making movie poster, all right, try as much as possible to make the character, that's the main character, more obvious. All right. Make people's focus be on the main character. That's one of the ways you can achieve successful movie posters. All right. So I'm going to hit Control I on my keyboard to reverse the mask. I'll go back to the brush tool again, and I'm going to switch to white here because I want to bring back the curve. All right, and I'm going to go straight to the brush settings again and make sure that I'm still on the soft round brush and transfer is checked. So for the mouse users, please don't forget to turn your flow to 11 and turn off transfer. Very important. Now the lights on this project is going to come from this side here. Create a layer. It's going to come from this side, and the the reflection of the light is going to be on this side of the character. All right, so I'm going to come right here. All right, and I'm going to zoom in. Okay, then I'm going to softly apply the brush to the layer mask like that. All right, so here I'm going to make it more stronger. Right here, here, just like so. Yep. So this is good. So I'm going to make the same move again, and I'm going to apply the same move to the lion here. So I'm going to right click and select the lion 2, select curve adjustment. This should be above all the layers here, and I'm going to move this up and hit Control I again. Select the brush tool, zoom in, zoom in, show you on the brush tool, and make sure you're on the layer mask of the curve. And I'm going to gently apply that back like so. So, but on the lion, I'm not going to make the light too heavy. All right. I'm not going to make it too heavy on the lion. And then we can just going to apply that here. Just simply apply that here. There. See, this is good. So on this lion here, I'm going to make the same move again. Select curve, push this up. Like this should be above this. I'm going to hit Control I. Zoom in. I'm just going to make the same move here. That. Like that. Let's see. Yeah, this is good. All right. Then for this lion here, I'm going to add curve again. This should be above this. I'm going to zoom in. Let the brush tool. Sorry, I'm supposed to push this up like that. And I'm going to hit Control I to reverse. And then I'm going to bring back a curve like that on that layer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer again by holding down Alt and click on the new layer icon to activate the new layer window here. And I'm going to call this shadow. So I'm going to select the OK button, then change the blend mode to multiply. All right. Then I'm going to zoom in like that. So with the brush tool. And so for those of you that care to know how to, if you want to understand how to use shadow to tell story, please try watch my tell a story with shadow tutorial on my YouTube channel. Okay. So I'm going to switch to black now. All right. And I'm going to gently apply shadow here like that. Okay, like that. And I'm also going to apply shadow here. Maybe smaller shadow. Like that. Yeah. So let's see. I'm sure you're enjoying this tutorial. Now, before we get to the interesting part of this tutorial, I need you to quickly do something. If you have not subscribed, remember to hit the subscribe button, and also remember to check the post notification bell so you get notified when I upload any of my videos. So let's go back to the tutorial. So to the interesting part now. So I'm going to start with the selective color here because it's time for us to start doing the color grading. So I'm going to go under black here. All right, I already have the colors I'm going to use on this project. So I'm going to move this down like that, and I'm going to add green to this. So the opposite of magenta here is green. All right, so I'm going to move this down to this side like that and add more blue again by moving this back like that. So the opposite of yellow here is blue, so I'm adding blue now to it like that. All right, now this is good. So now we need to blend this because I don't want this to affect the mid-tone. So I'm going to take this away from the mid-tone and make this be only on the shadow. So I'm going to double click on the layer to activate the layer style here. So I'm going to move from here down like that. All right, then I'm going to hold on Alt and click on the clip icon because, you know, I want to smooth the adjustments on the selective adjustments on the project. So I'm splitting this like that. All right, so to split it, don't forget you hold down Alt and click to split the slider like that. All right, so I'm going to select the OK button like so. All right, so I'm going to go again and add color balance. So this time I want to just affect the mid-tone. So I'm going to add yellow to this. So I want the mid-tone to have this orange color, right? So I'm going to move this down here like that and just move this here like so. Now look at that. All right, look, so can you see we have the orange color on the mid-tone of the project. All right, so I'm going to double click again to activate the layer style because we need to blend with this. All right, so this time I'm going to move from here down because I'm taking this away from the shadow. All right, and I'm going to hold on Alt and click on the slider to break the slider so as to smooth the color balance adjustments like that. Okay, this is excellent. All right, now but there's a little problem here. All right, I'm not really feeling the color on the outfit of my character because I really want to put more focus on him. So what I'm going to do is to add depth to the picture, to the character, by changing the color of the outfit to something, to a color that is that carry more attention. All right, the color that carry weight in terms of attention. All right, so I'm going to move this down like that and add hue saturation, and this should be above the layers here, and I'm going to increase the saturation like that. And let's see, if I adjust the hue, we have this red color, which is exactly what I'm looking for. All right, so I'm going to zoom in because we need to take this away from the face of the character. So I'm going to select the brush tool, make sure my foreground here is set to black. All right, don't forget, it's very important. So I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to move this here like that, increase my brush size, and I'm going to quickly take this out. Okay, this is good. All right, then I'm still not feeling the shadow here. I think the shadow here is too strong. So I'm going to just reduce the opacity of this a bit because I think I'm losing the leg of Daniel here. All right, this is good. All right, this is excellent there. All right, so the next thing is to add the effect from the sun to the project. So I'm going to go to the exercise file and I'm going to drag this and drop here like that, and this should come right here. So I'm going to zoom in and change the blend mode of this to screen, and I'm going to make this a bit smaller. It should come here, there. All right, this is good. I'm going to stamp visible the project because we need to take this to camera raw and do the final color grading. So I'm going to hold on Ctrl Shift Alt and E. All right, and I need to convert this to a smart object and call this CR, which is camera raw, like that. And I'll go to filter and select camera raw filter here. I'm going to start with the basic. All right, and I'm going to go straight on the black here because I'm not going to tamper with too much of the settings here. So I'm going to push the black down and increase the shadow like that. All right, because I really want, I really want people to see the details on this side of the project. So I need the shadow to be a bit brighter. All right, and for the contrast also, I'm going to move that down like that. All right, I'm going to move the contrast down like so. And for the vibrance, all right, I want the color on the mid-tone part of the project to pop, and I'm going to move this up like that. All right, this is good. Okay, then I'll go straight on the details. So I'm going to sharpen the project. I'm going to add sharpening to the project because I want to add contrast to the pixels. So I'm going to move that here, and I'll go straight to the color mixer. All right, so under the color mixer, make sure you are on the saturation part, and I'm going to reduce the yellow like that and increase the orange like so. All right, because I don't want the color on the lions to carry more focus than the image of my character here. All right, so I'm reducing the yellow because I noticed we have more yellow on the lions. All right, so yeah, so I'm going to close this like that, and I'll go on the effect here and add grain to the project like that. And yeah, this is beautiful. Okay, I think we're done with the camera raw, and I'm going to select the OK button. Now let's start adding our text to the project. I'm going to start by selecting the text tool. I'm going to type Daniel, Daniel. This should come here and I'll change the color of this. So I'm going to pick the color from the lion. So I'm going to click here like that, and I'm going to select the OK button. Then I'll activate the free transform and make this a bit bigger like that, and this should be at the center of the project. So I'm going to hold on Control and click on the layer, the camera raw layer, and click on the center align to center button here. All right, to the project to give it that movie poster look, and this is going to come right here. Let's make it bigger, make position this here like that, and look at this. Look at this. This is looking excellent there. I think somebody owe me the hitting of the subscribe button now. All right, if you have not subscribed, please, you need to hit the subscribe button, because I'm going to be doing more of tutorials like this for you guys. All right, so for the outfit of my character here, I think the red is too heavy, so I need to fix that. So I'll go back to camera raw by double clicking on the camera raw link here. Now that, and this is the advantage of always converting your layer to a smart object. So now I'll go back to the last move I applied on camera raw to fix any error that I think is not working on the project. So right now I mentioned that the red here is not okay, so I'll go under calibration here, and I'm going to go under red primary here and just no, it should be hue. All right, so I'm going to just move this forward a bit like that. All right, and good. If I move this back here, let's see, this is looking more like it. All right, then I'll go straight under the color mixer here and make sure I'm on the red channel here, and I'm going to just move this down a bit like so. Let's even try the orange a bit. Yeah, this is it. Oh my god, this is beautiful. All right, so I'm going to select the OK button, and boom, this is the final project. I'm glad you made it to the end of this tutorial. If you have not subscribed, remember to hit the subscribe button, and also remember to check the post notification bell so you get notified when I post my tutorials. Share, like, and comment on this video. And if you are able to achieve this tutorial, or you are able to use the concept from this tutorial to achieve any movie poster project, kindly post it on your Instagram page, and remember to tag me. My Instagram handle is at Caesar Graphics. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.